brand new champion in the 2019 fall tournament. Well, we are underway.
And there are a few players who can definitely earn that title. But as you said, we are underway. We do have, of course, the wood sword is where you expect to find it. In fact, everything is where you expect to find it. It's just the items in the shops that are randomized. It's the value of the door repair, which we're not going to see, that is randomized. The free money that you get out of the free rupees, that is randomized. The letter is not randomized because that can't really be changed. But the dungeons are in their vanilla locations. With one exception, they are also shuffled. And the dungeons themselves are shuffled. We'll talk about that in a second.
Interesting. Normally we see the basic play is to go to Vanilla Level 3's location first, but both runners opted to go to Vanilla Level 1's location. But Fury and Shatty both down to 1 heart. Oh, and Fury taking a death in the Overworld is just going to restart and try again. And we find on Shatty's screen Level 2.
And FurySK is going to make the same trip up to Level 1, it looks like. Just taking the immediate right here and going straight up. Interesting that neither player makes the trip to Level 3. I didn't see the start of the race last night, so I didn't see how they started the race. I imagine they probably did something similar last night. Just might be how both of them prefer to play.
Cyclone, I've got bad news for you. We just saw Hammer Brothers on Shatty's side of the board. He's playing with the Mario sprites. You know what that means?
I'm not familiar with the Hammer Brothers, so go ahead.
We're in Uncle Wizzy's clubhouse. Wizrobes in the dungeons.
So the Hammer Brothers are the Wizrobes. That is good to know. I did not know that about that sprite set. So that's good information for me, at least. We do have Tektites bouncing around there. At least they normally are Tektites. And we have our first map. And one of the games that we love to play in the Legend of Zelda randomizer community is a game that we like to call Name That Ink Blot.
Before I give you my answer, Shatty finds an item on the floor. It is the magical boomerang. Interestingly enough, we are finding the magical boomerang here in Level 2, and FurySK, who is an advocator of the magical boomerang, is probably going to be delighted to see that item early on. I think that Inkblot looks like a half of a key.
And it's interesting that you mentioned the magical boomerang was in Level 2. I think we're going to have some yelling at the creator in chat very shortly in relation to that.
Maybe, maybe not, but we'll see as we find our second item. Boy, speaking of meme items, we go from the magical boomerang to the book, and Shatty wants nothing to do with that item.
No, the runners treat that like a poisonous item, without a doubt. That is an item that runners do not want to pick up.
Yep, and Fury also picking up the magical boomerang. Of course, there's two boomerangs. You have the wooden boomerang and the magical boomerang. Both do the same job, except that the wooden boomerang has a limited range, but easier to control. Magical boomerang, you can throw it all across the screen.
And we are going through another room of Tektites. Shatty is right now. He's just looking for the Triforce so he can get out of here and do something else. He doesn't need to hang around here anymore after he gets the Triforce. There's our clock, by the way. That's just not something you want to pick up with Wall Masters. There is the Triforce in the lowest room of the dungeon.
Yep, we had found the compass, so Shatty has his first Triforce piece and is now done with Level 2. Now, one thing I did want to point out regarding the Wall Masters, they did roll up to 3 HP, so a White Sword Strike or a Wand Strike is not going to take them down today.
Blech, that's gross. And there's the Triforce FurySK. He's going to get out of here. I assume he saw the book already as well. I didn't catch it. But I assume he saw that. And we are going to move on both runners to another level. We are going immediately to the Forgotten spot. Needless to say, Shatty has not forgotten it.
Yep, and I see that those, like, piranha plants, those pincers that you see are... I can't even remember what the enemy name is. It's been a while since I've done Super Mario 3 Randomizer, but those enemies represent the Lionels.
That makes sense. And the Zora has not changed. That seems to be exactly what we expect to see there. And look at the lovely question mark blocks.
Yeah, and they all contain Armos, and we have our prices. That is as good as it gets for the blue candle, a 40 rupee blue candle.
40 rupees for blue candle. That is a really good deal. I'm just curious what the money is going to look like in the scene, whether that's going to be accommodating to these runners and make it worth the purchase, rather not even as a gamble, but just as a very inexpensive purchase if we have some good money out there today.
And Cyclone, our Armo statue is not in its vanilla location. That is the secret is at the tree at the dead end message that Fury has gotten. So we now know where our Armos item is. It's by that Armos in the Lost Hills.
So when we go up to the Lost Hills later, check out the level 5 location, we will get our look at what the Armos item is. We also have a white sword item up there. The runners are going to want to have 6 hearts by the time they get up there, so they will take advantage of potentially take any cave or possibly 2 on the way up there to make sure they can guarantee themselves that item.
Right you are, and we have found our medium secret and another shop for Fury. That's a cheap bait shop, 51 rupees to get the bait. But more importantly, the medium secret being 34 rupees, which is above the mean and the vanilla amount. That is blue candle money there, Cyclone.
That is more than blue candle money. That is definitely worth picking up a blue candle and another medium secret possibly to go with it, because that extra medium secret will possibly give them access to some arrows as well.
Yeah, correct. As Shatty looks like going to make the play potentially to vanilla level 6. He is going to find out that the staircase has the community hint. Congratulations, Zelda is you. Fury having some trouble picking up that blue candle, but does purchase that cheap blue candle.
And Shatty making his way over, it looks like, to the level 6 location right now. Gonna stun these Koopa Troopas along the way. They are moblins throwing out their spears. And hey, Lionel. And we have level 5.
Right. Not a bad find for Shatty. A relatively small dungeon. Of course, there is a transport staircase, and if it is a segmented level 5, then there's going to be more than just the one set of transport staircase. We're about to find out what the large secret here is in the Dead Woods, and it is 117. It's a laws-approved seed, yes.
This is an LOZ-approved seed. We are going to have a lot of money flying around here today. No problem buying anything today, it looks like. And Shatty found a Goma, by the way, in level 5. So remember that comment I made about arrows? That could come in useful later.
Yeah, all you got to do is talk about something, Cyclone, and the situation presents itself. We find behind level 3, oddly enough, level 3.
Brad?
And by the way, if you thought bubbles were scary in the vanilla game, they're made even scarier with the Mario set with the Phantos from Super Mario 2.
I still have nightmares about them trying to grab the key in when I was playing Super Mario Bros.
Me too. Oh my gosh, those things gave me the creeps. Heck, they still do today.
Yeah, those things are just creepy.
Gorillas here in level 3. Fury is right on the tile. That's exactly where we're going to be, on that half tile, right on the crack, so you don't get hit by those boomerangs. Oh, got hit there. Now going to use some bombs. Unfortunately, they did not roll down. Oh, Shatty taking a death in level 5. Fury getting a key after full clearing those blue gorillas. Aquaventus awaits with the 1996 Dodge Caravan, and it can be yours if the price is right, which, by the way, is also a community hit in this game.
I take you've never seen that one before.
I have, actually.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Price is Right one on the shop, and that's the perfect placement for that. Shatty going back in level 5, by the way. He is coming upon a locked door now. We do have one key, so he can use that on this door if he wishes to. He may try to bomb around instead, because he may probably to the right in this case, because he does have 5 bombs. He might use a bomb to try that, or he may decide to use a key door. We'll see in a minute. He's going to try and get the staircase first.
Yeah, trying to clear these blue gorillas, which act as these are shy guys on Shatty's screen. Fury did get the Triforce out of level 3. He's now going to go back in. Didn't find either of the 2 items. His problem right now, as you can see on his counter, he doesn't have any bombs to his name, so it looks like he's going to have to come back later, because I do believe he's going to have to play Hyrule's favorite game show of Find the Bomb Hole, but when you have no bombs, you can't play.
I thought our favorite game show was named that Ink Block. Anyway,
we're both favorites.
Anyway, that one block did not push. He then moved up to the north room, pushed that block, found a transport staircase, so we are going to move our way around the level a little bit here. He's now on the left side of the level.
Interesting. Has the potential being a segmented level 5, and is doing a nice trick here, block clipping against these Landmolas, because every time you get hit, you lose 2 hearts. So by being block clipped, you are safe from taking any damage.
And it's enough to kill one of these heads and leave the room, and the room will be considered clear. The second snake will go away, but he had both heads down to 1, so might as well just clear them both out and make sure there's nothing in there. We have found a mugger. That is a gross mugger.
Yeah, either lose one of your maximum bombs or 5 keys. This is where the magical key is really going to come into play, because it'll act as a free pass, but neither runner has the magical key as of yet.
What we have to hope for is that the magical key is not locked behind that mugger.
That is going to be absolutely nasty because who has
Yeah.
5 keys to spare?
That would be an unsavory find for sure if that were to be the case.
No, not at all. So Shatty now heading for the coast. Looks like he is going to bomb and probably grab a heart container, his first one on the board. Fury's going to be heading for Monocle Rock. I would imagine he's also going to pick up a heart container, take him up to 5.
And Shatty heading up into the forest. I think this area is considered the forest, whereas the area to the west is called the Dead Woods. So they both look like forests. One is deader than the other. We do have some Lionels coming along on this screen. The orange Lionels as the orange pincers there. And now you have some Goombas. I believe those are the Octoroks.
Yes, you're right about that. And Fury collecting a lot of medium secrets here. I think he has his eyes set on a blue ring potentially.
I think he does.
Yeah, he's been going after the secrets like crazy here. He's got to be thinking blue ring at this point. He's now got the maximum 255 rupees.
He's thinking safety for sure.
Oh, look at this. We have found our Armo statue item, and it is the bow. Shatty's about to pick it up. As is Fury.
Remember what I said about buying arrows?
Like I said, all you got to do is talk about it, and the situation presents itself. Now Fury going to head for this shop. It is not a blue ring shop. Now a decision to make, and I think this is a good decision. There's still a lot of large secrets left in play, and that is a cheap price for wood arrows. That is one above the minimum. That's a very nice price there, Cyclone.
I wonder if he saw the bow when we weren't watching him, and that might be why he was picking up the arrows. Because he has the arrows selected now. I think he might have the bow.
We have found level 9 in level 5's location. I mean, Cyclone, we've seen that a lot in the last several races. Level 9 being in level 5's location.
I have seen that a few times, actually. That there are some places that level 9 likes to hide out. I find the raft spot is another location level 9 likes to hide.
Yes.
So as soon as you pick up the raft, oh, great, I got another level to chat. Oh.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
All right, so Fury, speaking of level 9, it looks like he is going to make that play to Spectacle Rock now, but having a little bit of trouble with the screen scrolling, or he's changed his mind. Now I think he may be heading for the waterfall. Or he's trying to get bombs.
Shatty is heading to the desert right now, that much we do know. FurySK, he's heading back to the White Sword location.
Interesting on 4 hearts. Of course, he doesn't have the secret from... Yes, he does have the secret from Spectacle, or Monocle Rock, rather. No, he doesn't. Bombed it, but never went in. And Fury's going to check to see if 5 hearts is enough to pick up another heart container, and no, it is not. No chance Fury's going to go back.
He knows it's a heart container. He knows there's no reason to come back here. There's no rush to get back here. Probably won't even come back at all. Just will go to the last hill, see what he can find there, and he's going to head back to level 9 now. Level 9's location.
Yep. I can't fault him. He was in that vicinity. He was trying to get some bombs from the Bull Moblins, which he successfully did. Just didn't work out. I mean, luckily for Fury, he doesn't really miss out on too much. But Shatty, meanwhile, going to head for Vanilla level 2 spot.
FurySK indeed heading up to the level 9 entrance right now, so we're going to get to see what level is at level 9 today. Shatty heading into level 4, and I think this is our first time seeing level 4. FurySK does have a 1 Triforce lead as it stands. There's our broadcast studio, by the way. Someone pointed that out one day, and I like that idea. Level 6 is at that entrance step today. That is not a fun level to find, because that is a level that can have upwards of 40 rooms in it, because it's the last room to populate on the maps where levels 1 to 6 all share. If there's a huge swath of space that level can take up, it can take all that space. You can have 40, 42, 45 rooms in that level.
Yeah, that's right. Level 6 is typically not pleasant, and it can often be segmented, and we see our transport staircase. Shatty finds a staircase. If this is not a segmented level 4, he has found our item, because level 4 normally has just the one staircase that is going to have the item, but going to clear off. Nice use of the boomerang to take care of these Pidgeots, and we find that this is the item, and it is a heart container.
And I like using the boomerang for that reason as well. It's just extra security to make sure that you can't be damaged by those enemies. If you don't want to fight them, you can just go right past them. No problem. So I like his strategy with using the boomerang on that.
Absolutely. We've seen the boomerang save a player's lives from time to time here. You know, it's one of those items that's fine to find early, but when you find it like 50 minutes in, it's really lost its luster.
We had a Canada key from Shatty there.
Very impressive. And also, by the way, this is a segmented level 4 that's guarded by this Goma. Fury picking up the heart container, now up to 6 hearts. If he wanted to go back for that heart container, he could, but I don't think he's going to make a play for that unless he wants to go for the magical sword.
Unless he ends up still being on a few hearts and decides he needs an extra one. But a lot of our top runners are able to go on 6 or fewer hearts. So if you have a hard time finding the hearts, they're going to just go on.
Well, what do you know? We find our Triforce here in level 4 behind those Lamolas. That is number 2 now for Shatty. So we're tied up in that department. Let's see if he decides to go back to try to find the floor item or if he hits that gamble.
That looks like a Starman, not a Triforce.
Yeah, Starman in Mario sprites do act as the Triforce.
Exactly.
Fury is about to find out what our ladder item on the coast is, and Fury, with the cash, is able to purchase the blue ring to double his defense. What do we have on the coast? Watch it be jewelry. Nope, recorder, so ladder is required.
It would have been hilarious if it was jewelry, to be honest with you. That would have been the perfect item to find right now.
Speaking of jewelry, we find the red ring in level 4 on Shatty's side. Like I said, all you have to do is talk about it and the situation presents itself.
Why is it that whenever you talk about something, it shows up?
I know, right? The game knows. Anyways, that's going to quadruple Shatty's defense, and we have found level 1 on Fury's side. 3 items to be scavenged.
So we do have a couple of items that we are still very interested in finding here. One of those is the mystical silver arrows. Once the silver arrows are found, that's what we need to kill the pig later. But also of importance is the raft. That item we have not located yet either. So those are 2 items that we definitely do need to finish the game. Everything else is just accessory at this point.
Absolutely here, and Shatty did purchase the wood arrow, so both of our runners now have ammunition to take down Gomas. And
looks like Shatty is heading into the level 8 spot as well, so that is again level 1. Both runners are going to be exploring level 1. And FurySK has a head start on that. Level 1, by the way, has 3 items in it. There's one of them, which is a heart container. 2 items are floor drops in level 1. 1 item is in a staircase. Again, there is no transport staircase in level 1, as with level 4, unless it is segmented, which it very well could be. So we will see when we find a staircase if that is the situation. Oh, nice batch of dark nuts plumping there to use a bomb on. That was very nice done by FurySK.
Looked like they rolled up, though. A bomb didn't take him down. I believe they rolled up to 5 HP. And there's our item, White Sword.
That's a nice find.
Let's double the attack power on Fury's side of the board. Shatty will be delighted to see that as well. He's already got the red ring, so he may have all he needs to enter level 9 at this point. Just need to find the rest of the important items.
And there's a manhandler, so yeah, those are an enemy we don't usually like to see it because that's why we don't like to see them. They like to troll you a little bit, and they leave one head alive and try and go fast on you, but this one did not succeed. It is down, and oh my, look at that level 1. Ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot.
E.T.
E.T. phone home.
Yes, it's E.T. from the Atari 2600 game. That's a teeny tiny level 1, only 13 rooms.
Yeah, that's a very microscopic level 1, to say the least.
Yep, and Shatty finds his white sword to double his attack power. So both of our runners now have the white sword and 7 hearts. We're now looking for the last floor drop.
And that was not it. That was the key.
Of course, we're still looking for the Triforce as well. And oh boy, this could be a nasty room here. These 6 blue dark nuts.
You know, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see, we already know where the book is, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Lord Banana show up here just to tease these runners. Another vanilla item in his vanilla dungeon.
Yeah, especially FurySK. As I had mentioned, he is a big-time advocate of the magical boomerang, not the wooden boomerang. Of course, we've seen it happen before where runners got trolled by finding the wooden boomerang on their feet. Now, the good news for Fury is if he does pick it up, it doesn't supersede his magical boomerang. Nothing will happen if he picks it up.
Just a little extra potassium for his breakfast tomorrow, basically.
Right.
Meanwhile, he did do a nice block clip. He's gonna hide from these dark nuts. Not feeling very confident, I guess, keeping out with only 1 heart. So he's gonna wait for them to come to him and just stab from inside the block. Can't say I blame him for that, but they're all kind of gathering up there. That's not gonna work if they're gonna hide up there.
No, not at all. And of course, you can't blame him for hiding. Now he's got a little bit of insurance because with a blue ring, every time you get hit by a blue dark nut, you're losing 1 heart instead of 2. But on Shatty's side, it's only a half a heart he's losing if he gets bopped.
And down to 1 dark nut. Once he clears this one, now we'll hopefully see a 3rd item appear. Nope, just 5 rupees.
Well, and we find more dark nuts because you didn't think this was enough dark nuts. Here's some more.
I heard you like dark nuts?
Yeah, pretty much, Cyclone, pretty much. So now, we're going to take down these blue dark nuts, but this time you have these gosh darn bubbles that if you get hit, you're going to lose access to your sword for a few seconds. And
by the way, we're in the same room.
Yeah.
We're in the same room.
Yes, they
right
are.
now.
They certainly are there, Cyclone. Just 1 more dark nut left, but now down to 1 heart. If Fury is not careful, back to start he goes. Shatty has plenty of health. There's the compass. So now we're going to know where that Triforce is. And it is to the room left.
Not a bad location from where he is right now.
Yeah, considering he had to clear that room. Oh, we could tie this laugh all day because more blue dark nuts we're going to have to take down and Fury in trouble again.
Yeah, what's this we hear you like dark nuts?
Yeah, exactly.
You did say you like dark nuts, right? You don't hate them?
I guess so. Dark nuts, I'm not a fan of dark nuts. When I play the vanilla game, they can be quite the nuisance, especially in level 8. But I'd still rather fight a dark nut than bubbles.
Or blue wizrobes.
The blue wizrobes aren't that bad. The reason why they're bad is they're usually accompanied by said bubbles.
Yep, that makes it even worse.
Shatty got a couple left to go, down to 1. Fury is still though down to 1 heart. He gets bopped. Back to start he goes. Shatty finds the Triforce. He'll dodge it for now. Fury finds the Triforce too. He'll also dodge it. Look at the other 2 rooms. Oh, and Fury has enough money. Oh, but only gets 2 extra bombs. And there's our final item, the red candle.
So I only have one thing to say about that bomb upgrade. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah. Thank you for playing. We will see you next time. May your Octorox be spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
Don't leave us, everyone. We're not finished.
No, I had to do the send-off there. Because, by the way, in Fred's other randomizer, Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer, he actually has that as one of the King's messages when you beat a world. So I thought that was a pretty cool reference there. Both players do pick up the Triforce in level 1.
And I do remember seeing that in that randomizer as well. Shatty getting his information about the toot-toot on the coast.
Yes, indeed. So now he knows about the ladder needed to beat this seed, but where could that ladder be? Fury's going to check vanilla level 2. That was where level 4 is, and he's going to find the red ring, and he's probably going to shake his head a little bit because, he just purchased the blue ring, I'd say, 10 minutes ago, but,
He just went for all that money, and, as soon as you buy the blue ring, the red ring's going to appear. That's how it works, right?
Well, it could have been faster, and I have seen faster before, so, not the end of the world for Fury. And, of course, there's still one large secret left, which I believe the one he hasn't gotten yet was the one in Northeast Hyrule.
I don't know what that message was. I don't think I've seen that code. We've updated the... He got out before it finished.
And we were having some fun here. Shatty's about to get that heart container. He's now up to 8 hearts. The bomb upgrade, the price is... Yes.
FurySK got his red ring. He got his red ring.
So his defense is doubled one more time now. The bomb upgrade, for those of you who may have never seen the bomb upgrades in Randomizer, price is anywhere between 75 and 125 rupees and gives you an extra 2 to 6 bombs. So while there was a discount on the price, they only got the minimum 2 extra bombs. However, those 2 extra bombs that Shatty was able to purchase could come into play when we get to level 9.
Shatty is going into... Oh, there's level 9 for him.
Yep, Fury going to find his staircase item, a heart container. Go ahead and pick that up. So both of our runners now up to 8 hearts.
And FurySK now just wants a triangle and he wants to leave.
And it looks like Shatty is going to make that same play to level 9 that Fury was in briefly. He may have been blocked by either resources or the ladder. It's going to be level 6.
It is level 6 up there today, yes. And hi, Goma.
Bye, Goma. Yep, that red candle, that is going to do wonders against these land molas here. And the sword as well. Triforce for Fury, that is number 4.
And he'll be out of there, and no reason to go back there. He's going pretty much in order today so far.
Yeah, it has been sequential in terms of what Fury has on the board. Shatty going into level 6 now. We'll see if he's able to fare better than Fury did. Shatty going to try to do the pirouette trick. He does not want to burn his final key. Can't blame him. Let's see if he's successful. Yes.
So the door is open. He will now proceed inside. And what will he find inside a Triforce room? A key.
That's a nice find considering he only has 1 key to his name. It looks like Fury is going to head for that third and final large secret. Maybe pick up the letter as well. Let's see. He is going to pick up the letter.
This is something you don't see very often. I think I saw Shatty do this as well, actually. Oh, look at this. We have our level 6 map, ladies and gentlemen. Name that ink blot.
Trying to picture which character it is, but I don't quite have an answer. But I will tell you, that's a small level 6 compared to what we've seen in the past. It's only 27 rooms.
And we already have our Triforce in it as well, not too far away from the entrance. So if the items are... I actually saw a really fast level 6, and I actually clipped this because it was so fast. We had a level 6 the other night where the first room in, we had both heart containers on the floor-end staircase in the same room. And then the next room, the Runner Sport had the Triforce. So very quick level 6 the other night. They can do that. Very often, those level 6s can be hard to navigate, hard to get around, and it can take a while to find those items. That was a Silver Arrows, by the way.
Wow. Who got the silver arrow? Shatty did?
Shatty did.
That must have been the floor item in level 6.
It was.
I didn't see him.
I saw him just standing on it. He was standing right on him.
Wow. So, see, that's what happens. It happens every single time. The floor items are always on the runner's feet. We can't see it. And if we do see it, it's for like 1/100th of a second. So that was a good catch there, Cyclone. Well played.
Yeah, I had to be looking at the right time. So he's going to head into the staircase right now. And we're going to see what's in the staircase. That may be a transport. It may be an item. It is a transport.
So the next staircase Shatty finds will be the second item. And there's still the ladder and the raft at large. We need both of them to complete this seat. And I do have my answer. That ink blot in level 6, it is Jason from Friday the 13th. He's got the hockey mask, and he's got a hockey stick to go with it.
I was thinking something Game & Watch related with a hammer, but it could also be... yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind there. Could be smoking a pipe as well. That pipe will be upside down.
In level 3. Now, I don't believe we found any items here in level 3, so Fury gonna hope that he finds something worth his while.
Oh, it's from chat. We're getting that could be a player from the NES ice hockey game, which I know the Switch has on its games you can play. So interesting. That's actually, I can see that actually.
Oh, and I see that Orange Gorilla's rolled down. It was either 1 or 2 HP because a white sword takes it down.
Shatty picking up the key in the corner there. He now has 3 keys. FurySK has 3 keys. That is a ladder block. And that forces Shatty down the stairs.
Right, the ladder blocks, I do believe, was what stopped Fury in his tracks. Let's see if this is our item or transport. It's our item, a heart container.
Shatty's going to go down, check the bottom of the upside down pipe or hockey stick, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't want to fight these darkness. Going to go back to the beginning and take another path here because it's actually right next door at the entrance.
Shatty checking his map. Let's see if he decides to keep on looking for the staircase item in 6, or if he's going to cash in his chips and gamble. Remember, he's up 1-0, so he can afford to gamble if he is feeling that kind of moxie tonight.
Well, he is heading into this room with some more darkness right now. Is going to fight these ones, looks like. This could be a push block. This is something we want to investigate here. And
relatively large and somewhat linear level 3 here on Fury's side. Name that ink blot.
Something running?
Yeah, the running man from Zelda.
Oh, okay.
Red herring, unfortunately for Shatty. He was hoping that would be the second item, but it was not.
By the way, make sure you ask Dig Dog about his record collection.
Hopefully he's got some records I like listening to, because the only kind of music I really am into are the oldies. Some kind of classical music, but mostly the oldies. Shatty finding the heart container, now up to 9 hearts. Now wait just a minute. The silver arrows were the staircase item in level 6, so that now he's found all the items.
No, wait a minute. I swear that was the silver arrows I saw. Why would there have been 2 4 drops?
No,
maybe that was not the silver arrows.
Maybe it was the Mario sprite messing you up there. We have deactivated the silver arrows on Shatty's side, so wouldn't it be something if the silver arrows were still in level 6, but it was the staircase item? But we're about to find out right now, and block clipping is what you need, or the bow and arrow, and it looks like Shatty's gonna go for the bow and arrow. If you're gonna check with 10 hearts! 10 heart mags!
Wow! What a gamble, what a play. And what is that sprite?
I can't remember if that's the raft. That is the raft.
Okay, good.
So Shatty will now have transportation to Vanilla level 4's location. Fury now in level 5.
So yeah, we have now confirmed that it is not the silver arrows in 6. That was just me seeing something that was not there. Not sure what that was now. I'll have to go back and look at that later. But we are going to get the Triforce and get out of here now. Shatty is going to head to another level.
I must say, Cyclone, I was shocked to see a 10 heart mag. That was only a 20% chance. I mean, Fury, considering he was routing to Vanilla level 6's location, figured why not take a crack at it? Pays off. His attack power is now doubled one more time.
Yeah, that was a really good gamble. And that's going to literally, and I mean this literally, melt whatever he ends up swinging that thing against. There's not a lot of enemies that can stand up to even 1 hit from a magical sword, let alone 2.
Yeah, Shatty's just 1 heart away. He doesn't know it. He is 1 heart away from the magical sword. He is going to burn Candle Row. What is he going to take? Heart container or the potion? He's going to take the heart container. And again, little does he know, those 10 hearts are enough to double his attack power again.
I think level 5 was at level 6, correct? I think he could still make the play on magical sword. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, considering that he is currently not have the Triforce out of level 5, he'll have to route in level 6 eventually, the Vanilla level 6 location. Yeah, he may make a play for it, and if he does, he's going to be rewarded. We have level 7 at the raft spot, which means level 8 is going to be behind Recorder Lake and Fury, taking exception to that Octorok, because that's another Mugger room.
And there's a key in the first room. Shatty checks out level 7. Level 7 is perennially famous in the vanilla game whenever we play the vanilla maps for having being 33 rooms of pure torture. But, oh, look at the compass across the moat, taunting FurySK.
What a troll. You can't pick me up.
But level 7 isn't considered as bad in the shapes, except for the fact that it's a randomized shape and you can still get lost in it. And there's those Wall Masters. Not really a lot of Mario sprays you can replace that with. So, the Grabby Grab's still trying to give you a hand.
There's another push block. If this is not segmented, we have found our item in level 5. That's the item. Silver arrows and ladder on Shatty's side in 7.
What a nice combination of items to find here. And that's not go mode for either. Actually, no, wait a minute. I take that back. I think at 33 minutes and 30 seconds, we can say Shatty is in go mode.
No, Shatty is not.
He doesn't have the. He knows where the recorder is.
But he doesn't have the silver arrows.
Oh, I'm mistaken. Sorry, I got that mixed up again. Having a bad night here.
Yeah, the silver arrows in level 6. Nah, they were in level 5. You were close though.
Yep, I was thinking he had the silvers again.
Close.
I was thinking he had the silvers again. It happened.
No problem. As Fury does get his Triforce out of level 5. So that is now 5 Triforce pieces as he's still escalating in numerical order.
Chad has it right. We're in no mode. No one's in go mode yet.
Yeah. So we're still looking for the floor item in level 7. But yeah, Shatty right now is just silvers. Oh, this is going to be tough. Oh!
Wow.
Can't quite make it. And even with that red ring, you're still losing half a heart on those blue wizards, whether it's its body or their beams. That's a nasty room to try and do a block clip. You think you've got the block clip down, and then the beams or their bodies just push you out of the block clip.
So that ladder is going to give Shatty a little more access to level 7 here. I mean, he just got across that Chevy room nicely, and look at all those wizards again. That is just a nightmare. That is a nightmare. And he got into the staircase. He's on the way through. Excuse me, Keys. Feed through. I said excuse me. Thank you.
So Fury is looking for that second item here in level 5. Best case scenario at this point is if he finds the magical key. There's the map in level 7, and oh boy, look at that ink plot. Contestants, name it.
Yeah, name that catastrophe mess.
Level 7 and shapes can be 30 rooms, so I mean, that is the thing. We saw that in last Friday's race. This one, not as big at 23 rooms, but it is segmented.
Toad asking the hard-hitting question here. Why did it have to be ropes?
Yeah, right?
And FurySK getting trolled by, on his side. Press up A for 250 rupees.
That's a scam. Watch out. Don't fall for it.
Yeah, never fall for those scams.
There's our floor item in 7. It's another heart container. Shatty thinks he's got a 40% chance at the magical sword. We know he has a 100% chance. And there's the compass. That's a great find. Now he can go after the Triforce and be done. Gotta go north.
Ooh, all the way up there at the top.
Yes, indeed. Fury's still looking for the floor item here in level 5 with the magical sword. These blue gorillas will go down in just 2 hits rather than a whole bunch.
And Shatty is taking on the manhandler right now. Down to 1 head, going really quickly. Manages to get it out.
Indeed. So now Shatty, if he can make a direct path, will be done with this level 7. He'll have his 5th Triforce piece. And right now, it's anybody's game.
Toad is going to have what she's having. I think we're due for a magical key. What do you think?
Considering that Shatty has only 1 key, maybe. But however, this is not going to be the case for Shatty. But Shatty has a problem. He can't get that Triforce. He's out of bombs. He needs to bomb up. And he's going to hope that there is... Whoa! Those orange wizards rolled up.
We found the power bracelet.
So that was our floor item in level 5. Not a required item, but that is going to wrap it up for Fury here in level 5. Time to move on.
Yep, he can wrap that one up and go to another dungeon, do something else. Maybe he'll go to level 6 next. Who knows?
And level 6 is in level 9's location. It certainly does look like that Fury is heading that way, Cyclone.
I think he's just meeting us now.
Shatty getting a huge break. Couldn't get the bombs from the Wizrobes, but the floor drop ended up being a pack of bombs. Now just has to clear these Wizrobes, and he's done. What a break for Shatty.
And I think FurySK is just memeing us now. He knows it's been sequential so far. He's figuring he might as well finish it that way, I guess.
And it's going to have to be that way because, again, the ladder is in 7, and you need the ladder to get to the recorder at the rafts, or the ladder item on the coast, and that is what has level 8, Recorder Lake. Triforce for Shatty in level 7, number 5 on the board.
So FurySK gonna screen scroll past this for a moment. Gonna hop in the cave here. That's a take any, and he's going to.
Whoa!
That's a potion shop, actually, not a take any, and that is some cheap Pepsi.
Yeah, it's a Pepsi day. He's not even thinking about buying the Coca-Cola. That is marked up big time at 84 rupees. The Pepsi marked down a little bit to 37 rupees. Yeah, good choice there for Fury, and still has plenty of money for arrow fodder. Shatty going into level 3. Now, I'm going to tell you something here, Cyclone. This is where finding the early ladder may be a problem for Shatty because of the routing, because he still needs the silver arrows out of level 5. He may clear these levels before he goes into go mode, and that could give Fury a shot at maybe taking the lead. We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah, this could be a bit of a unfortunate circumstance. He could think that he's already in go mode because he knows when he finds the ladder he can get the recorder, so he may think that he's already in go mode. We don't know. He doesn't know that silver arrows are actually not in level 9, and he actually has to find those silver arrows not in level 9 but in level 5.
Yeah, if he takes a gamble that the Silver Arrows are in level 9, Fury will have an excellent chance of tying up this match. Shatty finds his star immediately, but not going to pick it up just yet. He's looking for the 2 items. We know that the 2 items here in level 3 aren't going to be worth Shatty's while. Now, we did find a heart container. Was it double hearts?
In which level?
No, in level 3. And there's the final mugger room. We found all 3. Yikes.
Well, at least that mugger's not going to mean anything, so we can ignore that one. I don't remember if we saw 2 hearts through or not. The fact that FurySK seems to be done with 3 suggests that it probably was 2 hearts. So, and chat is confirming. So it was indeed 2 hearts.
All right, so Shatty is going to look for those 2 items. Again, now in his case, when he finds these 2 hearts, he's going to have an 80% chance at Magical Sword. There's no doubt he's going to check for mags at this point now.
Yeah, I suspect he will check for Magical Sword right now.
Fury, meanwhile, trying to take down these blue Dark Nuts, which is going to be so much easier. Unfortunately, blue Dark Nuts rolled up. They're either 9 or 10 because 2 Magical Sword hits don't take them down.
Yeah, those are some beefy Dark Nuts.
Yeah, beefy boy Dark Nuts if I've ever seen them. That's not a pleasant enemy to see roll up. We've seen a lot of enemies rolled up. Luckily, these blue, well, it doesn't matter with the Magical Sword as Shatty finds one of the 2 heart containers.
Yep, so he's up to, as far as he knows, a 60% chance. Which 20 does fall in within 60, so it is still valid.
Yep, now just looking for, again, we know it's another heart container. Here's a 4-headed Gleeok. Shouldn't have too much trouble with this fight with the white sword and red ring. 5 hits for the first head, 3 for all subsequent heads. No problem, there's that map.
4-headed Gleeok, when 3 heads is not enough.
Right.
Gonna head back up and head out, and he knows exactly where that triangle is at now, so he's gonna be looking for that other heart container. He's gonna beeline over to that flashing dot on the map. That represents where the triangle is. When we get to level 9, that represents where the girl is.
Hey, Cyclone, I heard you liked 4-headed Gleeoks. Here's another one.
Yes, I absolutely love 4-headed Gleeoks. Can we have 5?
Yeah, do I hear a 5-headed Gleeok? Hey, Fred, make it happen.
I don't think he has magical powers like that, unfortunately, but it would be interesting if we did.
Yeah. So, there goes another room for Fury. With the Magical Sword, it goes down even faster than on Shatty's side. It's 3 hits for the first head, 2 for all subsequent heads.
And welcome to more Dark Nuts.
There's
Can
that
we...
Triforce. Pick it up.
Question in chat, can we not give Fred more ideas, please, and thank you? What are you talking about? Give him all the ideas on Earth.
Daddy did find that second heart container, so he's now up to a whopping 13 hearts. That's a lot of hearts for Randomizer.
And as far as he knows, an 80% chance to get Magical Sword, but if he wants it, he can get it now. Oh, right. Yeah, the response in chat, randomized Gleeok has 1 to 8.
Oh, man. Now, Fury, even though he decided to pick up the Triforce, is not hitting the Gamblematic 9000. He's going back to level 6. And now that's going to be a good play because, remember, he's got to get the Raft.
Remember, he also doesn't have the ladder yet.
Yeah, but that's in level 7, which he has not been in yet. But Shatty does get his Triforce out of level 3. Once again, we are tied in that department.
And both still have level 8 on the agenda.
And level 8, just like level 6, can be quite beefy. That one could also be over 40 rooms.
And it does have 3 items in it as well. Now, we know that the items they need are not in level 8. But, so they're going to probably be able to skip those items. I assume both runners will be in go mode, assuming that Shatty does not go to level 8 right now. Both runners should be in go mode by the time they get there, you would imagine.
Okay, if I'm doing the math correctly here, I do believe that we are down to now 5 items, and 2 of them are heart containers, and then the others are the magical key, the recorder, or not the recorder, but the wand, and the wooden boomerang.
And it's possible, well, actually, one of those has to be level 8 at this point. I don't think we've seen anything in 8 yet, have we?
We haven't even seen level 8, period, because neither runner is able to get there. Now Shatty will be able to.
So he now has his recorder. He still does not have a silver arrows. That is in level 5. Will he go there next, or will he go to level 8? I think he's going to level 5. Well, no, wait. Level 5 is over at the graveyard. Where he's going to take it.
I have no idea where he's going to be heading.
He's going
Will
to
he
take
take the heart?
Going to take any. He might do a world wrap from there. We'll see.
He does take the heart container. He's now guaranteed the magical sword. He has 14 hearts. There is a chance, folks. Listen, there is a chance we could see something that's rarely seen in Zelda Randomizer. 16 hearts.
Well, he would have to actually make the time. Oh, that's what the Zora is. It's that makes sense, actually. That's a blooper. Yeah, that makes sense. He's doing a little trick here right now.
The
Look what he's doing right now.
Nice.
We saw this last night. I saw this last night for the first time, and I'm like, what on earth is that? He did that last night, second time in a row, second race in a row he's done that.
Well, that's fantastic. Great move there. So Shatty is going to be heading now for the magical sword and level 5. Again, the 2 items in level 5, the power bracelet and the silver arrows. No, he's going to head for level 8 next. Oh, this could get a little bit dicey. Oh, this could be bad. It depends on how fast Shatty finds the items. But Fury having some problems trying to find that raft here as he finds that red herring in 6.
And because of the way we do the commentary, I have the audio down. So whatever, if you hear the tune, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and name that tune. We're going without being able to hear it, unfortunately.
Oh, look at this. We find one of the items in level 8 immediately. The magical key for Shatty. That's great.
And that's a really nice item to find. Now, that turns the 4 into the letter A. What does the letter A mean, you ask? It means he has all the keys. Every key. All keys are in his hands. And, ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot. I'm going to say that is some weird Photoshop transition of some sort done on a human head.
I'm going to tell you what level 8 is. That is 33 rooms of pure torture.
You've been waiting to use that, haven't you?
Yes, because it's 33 rooms, and we can find the raft. You knew it was coming, Cyclone, as Fury does get the raft out of level 6, so now he is just a ladder away, plus the recorder, of course, from the coast, from being in Triforce and Go mode. To do that, you got to get to level 7. I would imagine that's going to be Fury's next play.
And I actually had not counted. I counted as soon as you said that to verify. And yeah, it is indeed 33 rooms.
There's a key that Shatty doesn't need, but it was in the way anyways. That was a good troll handle fight there on Shatty's side. Fury now going to head for the raft spot, which again is going to be level 7. He's going to find his ladder, and that's when he's going to be in Triforce and Go mode. So again, it's going to boil down to how long it takes Shatty to find the other 2 items here. There's another key.
That Dig Dog took a few hits.
Watch out for Wizrobes. Well, I guess in this particular case for Shatty, there are no Wizrobes to be found because they've been replaced by Hammer Brothers.
But they are just as deadly.
Of course. Look at all the keys here in level 8. This was the key avalanche level. Not only does you have a lot of keys on the floor, you had that magical key.
And of course, we don't need all those keys on the floor anymore.
Go figure. I'm surprised there was no key there.
Yeah, I was expecting the other key myself.
Alright, and there's the other bomb upgrade. Shatty definitely has enough cash. Will he purchase it? Yes, he will.
Bomb
So
first.
now 12.
Up to 12.
And Fury finding the ladder in level 7. And ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much going to put Fury in Triforce and Go mode. He knows where the recorder is. So once he gets that Triforce, he'll make a beeline to that recorder. He has the lead.
Yeah, that is, as you said, I'm going to make an official announcement. At 48 minutes and 20 seconds, FurySK is in Go mode! And he is on his way at this point. He can just go and pick up the Triforces, go find the Ganon, go find the girl. That's game for him. So he is definitely in the lead.
Shatty has to hurry up here to try and mitigate any damage that has already occurred because of, I mean, it's just one of those situations, very unfortunate events. I mean, he found the required items before Fury, but again, it wasn't the optimal routing. It simply just wasn't today.
I find it amazing that FurySK is doing the dungeons literally in dungeon order.
That never happens. I mean, I swear that never happens. If we find another key in level 8, this could be our second item. But remember, this is segmented. There are 2 sets of transport staircases, and that's one of them. And Shatty thinks that might lead to the 2 off, so he's not going to take it. And here's the other one. Is Troll Staircase. Come on, Troll Staircase. Nope, it's their wand.
That's the wand. So there's at least one heart container in level 9 that we now know.
Yeah, and that pretty much is going to shoot down the idea, in my opinion, of a 16 heart seed, because Chatty is going to be just looking for Ganon and Zelda, the door and the roar.
Yeah, I heard that one earlier tonight.
I actually can't claim credit for that one. That was something that Crimson Avix came up with.
I heard it from on the call I had just a little while ago on at the 8:30. I called the 8:30 race over on Speed Gaming 2, and I heard that for the first time over there myself.
Yeah, I believe ever since Crimson Avix came up with that, we've kind of adopted it here in the Zelda
everyone's
Randomizer
using it.
community. It's a great catchphrase. I like it.
It is. I like it. The door and the roar.
All right.
We're getting a spoiler in chat as to the matchup that just happened over on Speed Gaming 2 just now. Looks like that matchup is over. The race between Redbird Grad and also a 999. We won't say on air the result, but it is being spoiled in the chat here.
Yeah, that was a game number 2, and again, I'm not going to spoil the result, but that was a game that El Solo was up 1-0.
Yeah, definitely go watch that race later if you do wish to catch up on that. In the meantime, we're going to stay with this race here. And FurySK moving into a... I like to call this the moat shoot. O-shoot.
That's the last item for Fury here in this level 7, a heart container, now up to 12 hearts. And there's the important compass find. Sees that the Triforce is all the way back up. Just needs to go through a few rooms, and Fury's going to be ready to go. And this Triforce is really deep in this level 8. Chatty still hasn't found the compass and has not found the floor item yet. Again, the floor item is either going to be a heart container or the wooden boomerang. At this point, it's a heart container, wooden boomerang in 9 with the final heart.
And we're getting a chance to see something technical that we can probably explain while we have level 7 and 8 next to each other. Notice that level 7 and 8 share the same map. The squares that are missing on FurySK's side are the squares that are lit up on Shatty's side and vice versa. This shows you the technical aspect of the game. Levels 1 to 6 all share one sprite map, or level map, which I think is a 16 by 8 if I remember correctly. Level 7 and 8 share this one, and then level 9 has its own.
All right, I need to stop for just a moment. Chatty's about to get his Triforce out of level 1. I'm going to tell you something. You know, I thought Fury had taken the lead. Now he's down to half a heart. If he gets hit again, he cannot die here in this room. Chatty can retake this lead here.
One hit on this Wizard, but he's got it. He got that safe. He has the Triforce. I would say he still maintains the lead at this point. The question will be Shatty going to 5 to get those silver arrows.
Keep in mind, though, that the Triforce was very deep in level 8. Yeah, that's still the one thing that's in play for Shatty is if he gambles. If he makes the wrong gamble here in level 8, if he finds that Triforce very early and doesn't go back for silver arrows, it could be game, set, and match here. Chatty is going to pick up his magical sword. Knew he had enough with those 15 hearts, and now we'll make a play for 5.
Yeah, he knows he has enough to get it. That's a 100% chance of 14, let alone 15 hearts. Let's call it a 200% chance. Let's just do that.
Right.
So he knew he was going to get that. That was without question. He could have had it at 10 hearts if he made the play over here earlier.
Hey, just routed it the way he did. So here he is in level 5. So this is a big moment in the game right here, Cyclone. Because again, Fury is going to be spending a lot of time in level 8. Because again, that Triforce was really deep.
But Shatty's going to have to spend some time in level 5 if he wants the silver arrows. I don't remember how deep the Triforce was in 5. But whether Shatty stays here or leaves after finding it, if he doesn't find the silvers first, that is the question. FurySK getting his reporter.
Also, Fury's going to find that magical key very early, and he has 5 keys. There's no doubt he's going to pick it up.
I'm sure.
Chatty gets his map out of level 5. I don't even know if we saw the map in level 5.
No, I don't think we have. Ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot. I'm going to call that a ship.
That would be... Ooh. That is a skateboarder doing a hand plant. On the skateboard.
Well, I was about to say way anchor, but, interesting.
That is a gnarly move if I've ever seen one. And now he's going to push this. Was this where the silver arrows were? Nope, that was the transport. But he's not going to take it. However, next staircase he finds is either going to be the second half of that or it's going to be a silver arrows. There's the mugger room, but luckily now he's got the magical key. That's a free pass.
By the way, if you heard the tune through there, I just heard FurySK does have the flute whistle when I turned the volume up for a second. So, ladies and gentlemen, name that tune. And we'll see what it is at the end of the scene when we see the credits.
We got a couple of guesses in chat. Of course, one thing I always say, when in doubt, guess a turn-based Super NES RPG. So far, the guesses we've seen have been not those.
Yeah, since we're not really able to pay attention to it, I did hear a little bit, but it doesn't sound like something I'm familiar with, so I'm just going to say it's Final Fantasy. That worked last night, so we'll do it again.
Trails 420 got the tune last night when I was doing commentary, and it was from Final Fantasy VI Phantom Train. We'll see if that's the case again tonight or if it's something else. Still looking for the items here in level 5 is Shatty.
I don't think that was Phantom Train this time. I think it was a little different. Someone says it's Secret of Mana's title screen.
Which is still an RPG. I thought Secret of Mana was turn-based because I thought it was a spin-off of Final Fantasy.
By the way, look at the color palettes on these 5 and 8. They're both green, almost exactly the same. I think 8 is slightly darker, but not much.
Shatty's got his silver arrows. He is a Triforce in go mode. He just needs to go to one room to the right. He has the lead again.
Yeah, he is definitely in the lead now. He found the silver arrows before getting the Triforce, and FurySK still has a lot of digging to do at 8. Right now, this could be the series right here for Shatty.
Yeah, if Shatty wins this, he moves on to the Sweet 16 as Shatty gets the final Triforce, eligible to go into level 9. So, Cyclone, tell me, what are we going to be looking for in level 9?
Well, didn't you already say it? We're going to look for a roar and a door.
Well, how do we find that roar in the door, though?
Well, we're listening for a squealing piggy, and we're going to see if we can get the audio over to Shatty. That's up to our restreamer. Thank you, by the way, Laura the Synth, doing the restreaming on this race tonight. So if we can get the audio over to Shatty, we're going to be listening for the sound of a squealing pig. When you hear that roar, or the squealing pig, we know Ganon is located north, south, east, or west of Shatty's current location at that moment, orthogonically. So he will be trying to narrow down where Ganon is. When he gets the second room, he'll know exactly where Ganon is. He can try to get to that room, kill the pig. On the way, he might find a shutter door that does not open. If that shutter door does not open when all enemies are killed or blocks are pushed or whatever, that is the girl's room. That is the kidnapped location. If once Ganon is killed, if we find that door, it will open automatically as soon as we enter the room, and we know that is where the girl is, or the kidnapped, and we can finish the game. So, Shatty already has the silver arrows. He just has to find the roar and then the door.
Fury is not too far away from where the Triforce is in level 8. If he continues to go north here, does top out on bombs. Ooh, this I believe was the second item. No, he's not going to take that transport. And our choices, left or right?
I think he is close to the Triforce, if I remember correctly. Was it in the next few rooms here?
North a couple of rooms, and then right a couple of rooms. So he's close.
So on top of the eyebrows, then, I guess.
Yeah, if you want to call it that, yes. And Fury is on the right track. He's just a couple rooms away from the compass, which will lead him to the Triforce. Now, is he able to bomb to the north? He is! So he's going to be one room away, but he's going to miss the compass.
Well, if he goes right from here, he's going to be good. He knows there's a single room there. He wants to get this ruled out. And as long as he stops and makes sure that... Actually, I don't know if the Triforce appeared automatically or not, but he's going to stop to refill his bombs. No, I like this move. Make sure you have the bombs.
Yeah.
Make sure you have enough bombs for level 9.
Of course. Because level 9 is the great equalizer for a reason, and resource management is definitely going to be a possibility. Because remember, Shatty got both bomb upgrades. Fury didn't get either one. No, this wasn't where the Triforce room was. I think it's up north one more. I don't remember the dongle, but then...
So back, left, and up is what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, and this is another push block. Oh, if Fury takes this.
This is the staircase.
And he's not going to take it.
He's not taking the bait.
He has to go north one room from here if he can. Otherwise, he has to find a workaround. Can he bomb left? No.
Meanwhile, Shatty is in level 9. I have not been paying attention because I've been watching FurySK. We should be paying attention to Shatty. See if he comes across the door that refuses to open. By the way, a rule on the doors, on the shutter doors, if you see a room that has more than one shutter door, those cannot hide Zelda. So you can, if you can find another exit through the other point of entry, this could have been it, but except that door already opened. But if you can find another exit in those rooms, you can just skip those rooms entirely.
And so it's Darknuts here in level 9, and this is a nasty room. Thankfully, Shatty's got that wand. That wand's really going to come in handy.
Yeah.
Take down these Darknuts, which take the form of Spinies here in the Mario set. Fury gets his heart container now up to 13 hearts. Again, he's close. Now he needs to go north.
This proved to be a very healthy seed, I can say that.
This is where he's going to find the compass. Now he's going to be on his way to the Triforce. This is still very much a race, but small advantage Shatty. But again, routing could make a big difference here. We'll find out what happens.
We did have a 20-minute level 9 last night. And again, if you didn't see that race, go back and watch it last night. JSR and No Chibato was a fantastic race last night. I won't spoil it for anyone who might go back and watch that who hasn't seen it yet. But yeah, because you can be at level 9 for a long time and still not find what you're looking for. And if that's the case, Shatty may have a slight advantage, but FurySK can still win this race.
I will say this much. Zelda, who I like to call an Ice Queen for obvious reasons, was more of an Ice Queen last night than she was in normal nights. And when you watch the race, you'll know exactly why.
So going through a bomb hole, we're finding a Triforce room in level 9. Coincidence?
Of course it's a coincidence, because there are no Triforce rooms in vanilla level 9.
Exactly. And he decides to leave there.
Shatty down to 2 bombs here. We have not found the map, we have not found the compass, and we haven't heard the roar yet either. And again, on Shatty's case, not going to be defeating Ganon. He's going to be defeating Bowser and rescuing Princess Toadstool.
So the princess is in another castle.
Yep. In fact, spoilers for those of you who have not seen Shatty races, you're going to see that phrase at the end once he's completed the seed. Unless, of course, Fury finishes first and he forfeits. We don't want to see runners forfeit, but that's always a real possibility.
And it will happen, especially if the second runner is very far behind, is having trouble finding an item. I don't blame them for forfeiting in that case, but if a runner is close to finishing and they just want to finish it out and register a completion, then yeah, they'll finish it off.
Shatty is going to up an A and try a different path. And right now, it is anybody's game at this point. By the way, that room that Shatty was in, could we have a potential? We hadn't seen that all race. That's a possibility. This could be a bait block level 9. This has a shot.
And if I don't have my volume up, so I don't know if you've heard the pig there or not, but if the pig were to be behind that locked door, that could be absolutely trolling.
We have our final ink blot of tonight. Not a segmented level 9, which doesn't surprise me. What's up?
Look at level 9 on FurySK side. We have a map. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time tonight, name that ink blot.
Yes, I was just getting to that, Cyclone, that this was not a segmented level 9. How many rooms are we talking about? Count the number of holes. 56. Count the number of holes there are and take that away from 64.
That'll be an advantage for FurySK because he knows where not to bomb. That's going to allow him to manage his resources a lot more effectively than Shatty will be able to. And he just got a bomb drop there.
Speaking of Shatty, he's down to now 1 heart and luckily got a clock drop. Is not going to take any damage here. The door opens. That is not where Toadstool is.
He did get a couple hearts there too, so he's up to 3 hearts now.
And I hope he gets some hearts.
And by the way, error, guard the compass.
It's just still not as good as nothing guard the compass, but that was
I love that one. That was hilarious.
Alright, so Shatty now, another problem. He is out of bombs. Now, the reason why I said I was hoping he'd get some hearts is because Blue Darknuts are in the health dropping group. When I seem to play this game, if I'm low on hearts, I never get a heart drop. Shatty getting a break there. Another clock! Wow!
This is a break he needs to get a little bit of his health back.
And
But he's not going to kill the enemy.
There's the wooden boomerang, and Shatty's saying no way to that. I really wanted that to be the heart container. I wanted him to see if he was going to pick it up, but that's not it.
Yeah, we did want to see a 16 heart seed. You don't see that very often. So maybe he'll find that. Maybe he'll give us that opportunity.
At this point, considering what he's up against and considering we're 65 minutes in, I think if he sees that 16 heart, he's going to bail.
Well, we will find out. He is going to take this transport, looks like.
Fury losing in his game of Find the Bomb Hole, and Shatty still has no bombs, and that is a big issue. Get some bombs from the orange dart nuts, the spinies. That's nice there for Shatty. Both runners currently sitting on 4 bombs.
Then takes the hit, gets a rupee from that spiny, so we're going to move in the next room, and hello, Gels.
Keep in mind that Fury... Oh, there's the wooden boomerang for Fury, and considering, again, that he's an advocate of the magical boomerang, he ran about as fast as he possibly could from that thing.
Get out of that room as quick as possible, move on. And he's also going back to the start, so he's going to probably follow Shatty's path now about a minute behind him.
Now, keep in mind, Shatty does not have a potion. Fury does have the blue potion still, so if he's low on health in a very critical spot, he may take that drink. Nice fairy.
Feed me more.
Boy, Cyclone, I'm telling you, that bait block is starting to look bigger and bigger by the minute here. We have still not found anything here in this level 9.
Well, he found a path up. Can he go to the right from here is a question. If so, that bait block means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, the old workaround that we usually see on bait blocks here, but good. There's always that off chance. Nice bomb drop there for Shatty in the floor.
He did not try that path. I'm actually surprised he didn't try that, knowing that the bait block was there, just to rule that out.
Yeah, I probably would have checked to see if the bait block was really a bait block, but Fury has other things in mind. Here's a double shutter door room, so that's not going to be where Zelda is. Again, in Fury's case, it's still going to be Ganon and Zelda, even though he's playing as the Trogdor sprite.
He's taking out this Dark Knight right now, going to open the shutters, going to head north. Welcome to the NSU room. We do have ropes today.
Shatty thinking he was not able to bomb to the right on that particular room. Fury finds trouble, and he doesn't want any part of trouble.
Doesn't want that could be a staircase, but he doesn't want it.
He's only got 4 hearts. Shatty in this room of dart nuts, and we have a Patra sighting here in level 9. What would a level 9 be without a Patra?
It would be a level 9 without a Patra.
Pretty much. Very
nice,
effective
efficient kill. The magical sword just melts those flies.
There's another transport staircase. Going to be 6 sets of transport staircases here in level 9. Any one of them could be that staircase that leads us to the promised land.
Well, we're in the northeast of the level now. Both runners are in that area. They're going in opposite directions. FurySK going to the east, Shatty going west. So FurySK getting this corner of the map taken care of, making sure this is cleaned out. We have a shutter door. Will this be the shutter door that does not open? We will find out now.
Nope.
It opens.
So that's not it either. There's another Patra.
Now this is a double shutter. We know this shutter door will open when the Patra goes down.
That is correct.
It's locked in the spinning pattern, so it's not going to change patterns. There's one fly in that circle that controls what pattern the fly is going. If you kill that commander fly, it stays in whatever formation it's in.
That's a double shutter door room. Fury checking to the east here. I'm Batman. No, you're not,
Oh.
Octorok. I'm Batman. And Shatty is going to purchase the bait, thinking it might be required. This could be the game here, folks. If bait is required, Shatty is going to win the match.
Yeah, if bait is required, this is over. So he's going to have to find his way back to level 9. It was
Oh,
up
but
in the
ladies and
Lost
gentlemen,
Hills.
here's Ganon. 4 hits is what we need with the magical sword. Who knows? Zelda might be behind that shutter door.
Yeah.
Arrow Driver's going to cost him 1. There's 2.
Zelda didn't need to be behind the shutter door. We don't.
3.
Bait block.
Got him!
Yeah. And we have bacon, ladies and gentlemen.
Is Zelda behind this shutter door to the south? She is!
Wow!
And there it is, folks. That one rule you were talking about earlier, FurySK, where Zelda can be behind a shutter door room that's got more than one shutter door. If Zelda and Ganon are next to each other, that is your exception right there. And Fury has knotted up the match. We go to a third.
We have literally one of those vanilla situations, Fred, where Zelda was in the next room. And yeah, that's the match. That was a very nice find, nice clear of the eastern side of the map. FurySK heard the pig, and Shatty, I don't think has been in that area and has not explored that part of the map yet. So this is why we say level 9 is the great equalizer, as Shatty feeds the snake and has to find the staircase.
We do have the answer to our. It was Fear of the Heavens from Secret of Mana, and I believe Mr. Cap 55 was on it. He was mentioned in Secret of Mana, and well, what do you know? That's Super Nintendo, and that is definitely an RPG. So double check.
So it was Super Nintendo, and it was a turn-based RPG. I'm gonna say I was right with Final Fantasy.
Yeah, close enough. Because again, it's a spin-off.
Oh, it's not turn-based. My mistake.
Yeah, I think the reason why you thought it was turn-based is the same reason I thought it was turn-based, because it's a spin-off.
FurySK changing his file names, going to the last name and saying 04.
4. Yeah,
4.
That series is over, as Hawk Harrelson would say. The Washington Nationals going on to the World Series, but that's enough about that. We do have our winner, FurySK, in the commentator's booth. Congratulations, you've knotted up the score in this match. And once again, as it's been for a lot so far in these bracket rounds, it's come down to level 9. And congratulations, you found the secret route, and the bait was not required. Well done.
I'd rather talk about the Cardinals being so bad in the middle of their order.
I could talk about that for a couple of hours, but that would bore the heck out of all of you guys. Let's talk about the seed here. Man, to tell you what, I can't really say whether or not this was really a right order seed. All I can tell you is that hearts were easy to come by. 10 hearts needed for the magical sword. Shatty has 15 hearts and could have 16 if we find the second item here in this level 9. It's crazy.
He made you do that just for the sake of it.
I was pretty happy to see the magical sword being 10 for once. It's a pretty big pickup for me, given the dark nuts were pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, and blue dart nuts rolled up to either 9 or 10 HP, so yeah, having that magical sword really was helpful. You probably were trailing, actually, going into level 9 by about 2 minutes. I mean, level 8 was very beefy, the Triforce being deep into level 9, or level 8, rather, and neither one of you had a quick level 8, so yeah, Shatty had about a couple-minute lead on you, but that's why level 9 is known as the Great Equalizer. You found that right turn to Albuquerque, and unfortunately, Shatty did not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the one staircase way off in the northwest, guarded by the Patra and a pack of bombs that got you turned around in time to get back over.
And unfortunately, it looks like we do have a dot forfeit on Shatty's side. So unfortunately, the princess is going to stay in another castle this time around. But you'll have another shot at it.
Bowser will live another day, at least until Game 3.
Yeah, that's right. Game number 3. Well, I'll tell you what, FurySK, we do have Shatty in the commentator's booth with us. GG. Very close race. Once again, came down to level 9. You had about a couple-minute lead going into level 9, but both Ganon and Zelda were doing their best at hide and seek, and the bait, turns out, was not required to beat the seed, and the two were in back-to-back rooms.
Is his microphone not working?
Hey, sorry. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Bait wasn't required.
Nope,
I missed a wall. Where could I bomb out?
How did you get there, Fury?
Went one room to the left through a key door, then bombed up, and you could get around maybe not directly around, but that route never actually was impactful. You just had to go straight left after bombing up in the room left of it to get to the Patra staircase, which sent you all the way to the east. And then you had to go right, bomb down once, and then you kind of followed a path of shutter doors that kind of baited you into thinking you were going to run to Zelda's room until you found Ganon. And then when you found Ganon, you walked down. That was that.
Yep, Cycle had mentioned when we were talking about level 9 how Zelda can be behind a shutter door room that has more than one shutter door, and that was the exception. And it just so happened it happened tonight. So luck of the draw. That's why level 9 is known as the Great Equalizer. Anything can happen. Anybody can win at any time. And FurySK doing it again. I mean, I'm going to have to start nicknaming you the comeback kid because, I mean, let's face it. Let's go back to the last tournament when you were down 2-0 against Adagino. Back was against the wall against Liquid Husband. Back was against the wall here against Shanny. And once again, you have forced the decider.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't just win the first game and the second game right back to back, but I guess it's because these people I'm facing are so good. Because
Well, that's just
I
the
don't
thing.
know.
That's exactly right. Like I said it earlier when I was over on Speed Gaming 2 for the 830 race. Any opponent you find in this top 32 is a very good opponent. Any of these people at this level could win this tournament. So any opponent could take you down on any day, and it's one of the beauties of Randomizer. Anyone can win on any day. If one player makes a mistake, even a really skilled player like RC Drone, for example, or Saver or someone like that, you can come back and win the race against them. And if you do that twice, you take the series, and you're seen as a god because you took down someone who was absolutely sensational at the game. So anyone can win on any day, and that's just the beauty of Randomizer.
Yeah, this seed in particular wasn't that fun because of the what I consider to be a force route. Anytime you have the item you need to progress deep in 6 to get to 7 to dig another item out of a staircase to get to 8. I mean, there's no real way to diverge unless you just skip dungeon.
That 8 was just ridiculous.
Oh, me and you both probably spend a good 8 or 9 minutes in there minimum.
I don't think there was
That
any
was a
way to
deep
do it
Triforce.
fast.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if you were counting the rooms, but level 8 was essentially vanilla level 7. It was 33 rooms of pure torture.
And
And
it was
it was
pretty
definitely
linear.
torture.
Yeah, linear, and you basically had to get lucky or force bombs to get all the way through all the bomb holes. Except, I guess there were Dodongos everywhere, so that was a little nice. But
Yeah, but you had a good supply of Dodongo food for him, that is for sure.
oh, other than that, I mean, I guess my only big routing mistake was walking past the white sword item and having to double back only to not be able to pick it up at 5 hearts. But it didn't matter in the end.
Yeah, in the end, of course, hearts were not an issue. Magical sword at 10 hearts. I mean, the hearts were easy to find, which isn't always the case when it comes to these randomizer seeds. Sometimes you're going to level 9 with 7 or 8 hearts, and you have no ring at all, and you're just going to have to go in there and hope that the combat isn't too terrible. And then again, fortunately for both of you, early red ring, big money, magical sword at 10. I mean, pretty easy seed. I mean, it just came down to, again, it literally came down to level 9 because routing was different, but it pretty much came to a push in the end. Just came down to level 9, as it does often in these Zelda randomizer contests. So, gentlemen, congratulations on a very fine race, and I'm looking forward to what you have to offer in game number 3 to both of you. You guys played really well tonight.
Speaking of, do you know when you're planning to schedule game 3? When you're planning to have that race?
It's tomorrow night,
Tomorrow
10:30
night.
Eastern. Channel 2 be determined.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 10:30 tomorrow night. So I'll get that out there now. We don't know if it's going to be here on Randomania or over on Speed Gaming. That we do not know. But one thing we can tell you, it's going to be a game 3. And if what I saw game 1 and what we saw here tonight in game 2 is any indication, you do not want to miss this game 3. So make sure you tune in wherever that race is tomorrow and check that out. Any last thoughts from either before we start to wrap?
I'm pretty sad that I had all that farming to do for the blue ring and then walked one room into level 4.
It never fails, Fury. But I think a lot of runners would have told you that they made that play 99% of the time, and they wouldn't regret it. But it just happens. You farm the rupees to buy the blue ring, and 10 minutes later, oh, so you purchased the blue ring, huh? I'm going to give you all the defense in the world. Here's the red ring for free.
Yeah, at least it got me through one. But GG Shetty. Guess we'll go game 3 and let the best man.
Yeah, GG. Looking forward to it. Should be fun. Tourney matches always are.
All right. Again, very, very excellent match between you two. Please make sure you give both FurySK and Shatty a follow because they are two of the best in the business when it comes to the Zelda randomizer. And of course, FurySK, the Zelda randomizer tournament winner from the All Boards No Swords tournament, and Shatty with that fantastic Mario sprite set that he uses in the randomizer. They are both terrific runners. And also, please make sure you give our tracker Fry Teeth, also a fellow competitor, a follow well as well as my commentator partner Cyclone GU. Great job doing commentary once again, as always.
Always nice to do commentary with one of the best. Make sure you do give LOZ Cards Fan 23 a follow as well. He is, like I said, one of the best at commentating, and always a pleasure to do commentary with you, man.
Appreciate it. So with that, that's going to wrap things up for tonight. I think before we go, did you talk about the matches that are coming up for tomorrow?
No, I did not. And if someone can get us information on the schedule, because usually I go into a schedule at this point as well, and I don't know where Randomania's schedule is, so I may need some help with that. But let me talk about the matches for tomorrow, at least. We do have some games on tomorrow. We know about FurySK and Shy tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern Time. Again, make sure you don't miss that. But we do have matches tomorrow in the afternoon. We actually have 2 matches already scheduled between Fred Coughlin, the creator himself, and Kevin856. Those start at 1 o'clock Eastern Time on Speed Gaming Prime channel. So just on twitch.tv/Speed Gaming. That is a doubleheader. So make sure you stick around for both races of that. Later on in the evening, we have another doubleheader, Antlers 44 versus Elendar. That starts at 7 o'clock. That is another matchup that I think is going to be a fantastic matchup to watch. Another doubleheader. You'll be able to see that right before the FurySK Shatty matchup tomorrow. You can also catch Unos versus Imasock, game number 1. And it looks like it is only game number 1 tomorrow. That is at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Crystal Saver versus Angel FM. This is a matchup I'm also looking forward to. That is at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I saw Angel FM's game 3, and he's going against Crystal Saver. That should be a fantastic matchup. So definitely keep an eye out for all of those matches, all game 1s and 2s respectively. Game 2, where there's a doubleheader. Those are all scheduled for tomorrow. And, of course, FurySK and Shatty at 10:30 to wrap up the evening, wherever that will be.
Well, I think with that, that is going to do it for us here on Randomania, Cyclone.
Well, I actually just got informed by Laura the Sid that he did send me a scheduled link. I'm going to try and bring that up quickly to cover what's coming up on Randomania as well. I'll try and do that quickly if you can fill time.
Yeah, go for it.
We got time to talk about Cardinals again if you really want to, Laws.
Yeah, I think we just heard Laura the Sid there. How do you feel about the Cardinals' chances this year now?
Can I just talk about how much money we spent on all those strikeouts in the middle of the order? Because I was pretty sad. I had to come race instead of watch.
Yeah, that offense didn't look very good tonight.
I was a little upset.
Or the entire series, for that matter.
My team bracket actually, we in one of my classes, we actually did a World Series bracket. I think we picked the Cardinals to win. So we're a little disappointed right now, I think, because that's messing with our stats.
I appreciate you picking my fellow ball club, the one that I follow. But to be honest, they got farther than I expected. I thought they were going to get ousted in the first round by the Braves.
Well, I figured they were going to go to the World Series. I don't know who we picked to win. I think we picked the Astros to win. They're the perennial favorites, I think.
They're up 2-1, so they definitely have a good chance. They have home field back after tonight's win.
Well, interesting. We're going to have to keep an eye on that as things go on. Obviously, you're going to have to pick something to watch other than the Cardinals now, unfortunately. But
the ALCS,
better luck next year.
Better luck next year, right? Next year. They need to get more offense. That's what they got to do. Their offense just was underwhelming the entire year, not just the NLCS. The entire season, their offense was pretty underwhelming. So,
Well, let's take a quick look at what I do see on the Randomania schedule here. I do see that at 10 o'clock on Friday evening. Keep in mind, there will be some Zelda 1 randomizer races popping in here. We don't know what races are going to be on the Randomania channel, so keep an eye on Randomania, Randomania 2 through 4. Also, give Speed Gaming 2 through 6 a follow, because a lot of these races end up over on those channels as well. But here on Randomania, there is going to be a Final Fantasy 4 free Enterprise weekly race. I remember seeing those on Speed Gaming in the past. I see them over here now. And that is a weekly race at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So keep an eye on that on Friday evening. I believe this is Eastern time anyway. And then on Saturday, I see there's a Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Cinco Bingo weekly race. Those events are on Randomania. That's at 1 o'clock on Friday, by the way, Eastern time. So those are our events coming up on Randomania. Again, make sure you follow Randomania 234 for more information on those and any other events that do come up as they come up, and you can catch them when they do go live. So I think we're all set now, Cards fan.
Absolutely. So for everybody here on Randomania, for our 2 runners, once again, please make sure you give FurySK and Shatty a follow. For our tracker, Fry Teeth, and for my commentator partner, Cyclone GU, and for our restreamer, Lord of the Synth, make sure you give them all a follow. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have yourself a great night. We will see you tomorrow for more exciting Zelda Randomizer right here on Randomania and Speed Gaming. So long, everybody.
Have a good night. Thank you for watching.